Shalom, everybody. Rabbi Edelstein here with this week's installment of Rabbi E in 3, brought to you as always by MEOR DC. And I'm actually on campus at GW University in a blessedly empty room. There's a lot of freshmen around here getting oriented, and it's been wonderful back on campus. Classes start next week, so I'm meeting students and parents and handing out literature that has all of our detailed programs that MEOR offers on campus here. And it's really fantastic. So, we have Maimonides Fellowship, Shabbos on campus, monthly Sunday brunches, more Israel trip, more Poland. And if you ask me, every week, Rabbi E, what's your schedule? I come to campus, I meet with students, I have coffee with them, I talk to them, we invite people over to our house. But you might stop and say, wait, Rabbi E, what's the overall point of all this activity? What's the overall point? You gave me a list of details, instructions, or actually programs. What's the overall point? And then I would tell you, good question, turn over the card. Inspire, educate, and empower young Jewish people with a greater sense of the beauty and wisdom in their Jewish tradition. And also, when non-Jewish people engage me, and I love talking to them, and they come up to me when I'm tabling too, to help inspire, educate, and empower them too, to the beauty and light that Torah wisdom gives to the world. That's the overall purpose. It's not just a bunch of details. The details are very important. The individual programs are very important, but there's a holistic goal that I have and that the Torah has for us. Yes, I'm going to tie it into this week's Torah portion. Eikev, the beautiful, incredible, inspiring third Torah portion of the fifth book of the Torah, Devarim. I told you the book of Devarim is Moshe's last words to the Jewish people, his review of the Torah. The whole book of Devarim, Deuteronomy, is like that. So many inspiring verses that give us the big picture. There are 613 precious, beautiful commandments, mitzvot. Everyone is important. Everyone is part of an overall program, though, of holistic, if you will, spiritual health. In other words, we, whether we're more observant, less observant, often lose the forest for the trees. I do this, I'll do a mitzvah here, a mitzvah there. Every mitzvah is precious and beautiful, but there's an overall goal. One of the greatest verses in the whole Torah, Deuteronomy, Devarim, chapter 10, verse 12. A great ethical master, Rav Moshe Chaim Luzzatto, says that contained in this verse are all the aspects of what we're on this earth to do, ultimately. Now, O Israel, Moshe says, what does Hashem your God ask of you? Only to have awe of Hashem your God, to go in all of his ways and to love him, and to serve Hashem your God with all your heart and with all your soul, to observe the mitzvot of Hashem and his decrees, which I command you today, for your good. Now, every one of those phrases needs a lot of commentary and a lot of discussion and a long lifetime to embody and to realize. But the point is, keeping the mitzvot is in that list, but there's an overall picture and a goal towards which our doing the mitzvot is supposed to lead. To awe of God, to love of God, to holiness. That's a word that comes up over and over again in the Torah. The 613 commandments, very, very important, but we don't do them blindly. We do them with the overall goal of having a closer connection to God, of elevating ourselves, of elevating the world. The details are important. You've got to study them and do them. But we can't ever forget the big picture, the big, inspiring, beautiful picture. The Torah wants us to achieve shlemus, perfection, spiritual perfection for us, for the whole world. Have a good Shabbos. And these are some of the details to help you do that.